Oh, okay. So here we're going to do this properly. Brian here, recording on YouTube this time. Let me make sure I get the screen right. Share my screen. I can't believe I spent a good 7 minutes going through a video with no charting on MotiveWave. Boy, am I foolish. So I'm starting again. So today is the 7th, 12:41 a.m. And these are the coins we're going to go through from that was traded. As I said, a good chunk of the day was negative. Then in the last half hour, decided to do some testing of new functionality. And here's what we're going to focus on: the coins that were profitable, at least half the time. And we're going to go through them individually so I can see my chart. All right, so before I get started, let me just make sure that if you want to know more, come on over to the good old quantlabs.net, get yourself some free books and get into the newsletter. A lot of stuff is happening. Now, you know, I've gone through assets of silver down. Gold is, where's gold? Well, you can see that Bitcoin and crypto's down. The Asian and British are up right now. VIX is starting to move up. So there's some fear there, not a lot, but watch it. Crude is up, gold is down, silver's down, Forex is real mixed. And then here's the futures market for the US. So if you're on my Telegram and pick news group, you'll know why this is happening. It's the US debt, it's the US Treasury that's riding high, and US dollar is a problem. And it's not; these problems are not going anywhere. So they could add all they want with the future stimulus and whatnot. It's not really taking effect. So as I said, we're going to go through this spreadsheet. I'm going to take a look at some coins. So, namely, let's look at the major ones that most people want. We have Ethereum. That's hitting all-time highs right there. That's pretty good. A good time to automate your trading now, as some people are through my service. Bitcoin's struggling. I think if Ethereum starts to move, you'll start to see, and that's a big move there, but you're starting to see more pullbacks. But the thing is that Ethereum's fully recovered. Bitcoin's at the top end, but it's struggling to break through. So what will happen if there is a breakout? I think it's going to be a big one. It's just a matter of waiting for the US market and all the wheels to fall off of it, which it will at some point, the way it's looking. Here's Bitcoin Cash doing really good. Litecoin, and that's not quite, it's at 687. That's not quite highs compared to here at, you know, you're looking at 706 roughly. Litecoin's is doing really good there. It's 238. And there's some volume coming back in the market. So hopefully my bot is now trading in, since now it's 45 minutes after midnight or 4. So keep an eye out, and hopefully it's pulling in some positive. All right, so let's go through that spreadsheet as I mentioned. We'll go over the ones that were traded more and that were more profitable. So first one we can look at is Dash. I haven't seen this before. This one looked good. Said I recorded this video earlier with no screen. Let's see here. Dash has had a nice big run up a few days ago, 4 days ago, and now it's starting to rally again. Currently at what's the price here? 281 roughly. Yeah, something like that. 277, 281. Next one is XMR, Monero. So let's check out that. This is hitting a new and all-time high. More privacy concerns, so this coin will start to do well. Just so you know, Dash traded 4 times with a 75% win ratio. Monero traded 3 times with a 2/3 win ratio. That's looking good for Monero. Let's check out 1 inch. 1 inch looked good too. Now remember, majority of the day today was very negative, okay? And just by luck, we ended up, I think, with a profit right in the last half hour. And it came from a negative 5%. So it ran up about 6% in half an hour. Those kind of moves are pretty rare, but for that to happen, it raises confidence there. So here we have 1 inch, big bar. Last 2 days ago, started to drift. Now we got AVAX. Now the next few are really flat. So let's look at that, AVAX. Yeah, it's really flat there. Matic was the same. Somehow I got a like, I appreciate it. Matic. See how this one's looking. That's looking pretty good actually. 3 days of rally, 4-day rally, closed at 580 there on April 4th, and now it's at 690. Okay, that's up $110 in 4 days. Those are big moves. I'm sorry, that's BCH, but we would cover that, but that's still a good move. Next one. Matic, I mentioned that was a fairly flat one. There you go. Had a nice, good run up until in around here, and just petered out March 11th. ETC's moving. ETC's really Ethereum. That's a really good coin right now. Look at that. 4 days ago, we were at 13.50, and now we're up to $20, $20.47. Really good run. IOST. Okay, so let's go over ETC. It traded 6 times and got 2/3 wins. Matic traded 3 times with 2/3 wins. Next one is IOST. That had 2 positions. Only one was a winner. I'm gonna come back. Actually, I'll continue with that. So the next lot I'm showing you are the 50% winners. These are not star performers today. Some of them may look it, but the bot didn't pick them up. That's just due to the price is not stable enough. Even though it shows it in the chart, that can happen quite a bit. You just saw there it was fairly flat. H bar, I think this momentum's drying up. This is a really good one. You can see it just drifting flat, boom, boom, boom. Nothing to be too excited about. We got Doge here. That traded twice. I'm going to show Doge. This one, not too good. That traded 4 times with 50% wins, 2 out of 4 winners. It's picking up a little bit. It's better than some, but obviously not a star winner. We have Myth. This was a good one a while back. Really good. Yesterday, yeah, you see that big bar in 2 days of losses. Okay. DOT or Polkadot. DOT. Okay, that one is at 50% win for positions. GRT. Okay, not much there. Okay, next one was a good winner, but this is hard to trade. This one's XRP. won 50% on 6 positions. So they, I don't know if they won the lawsuit, Ripple, but there's some kind of settlement, it sounds like, and they're now relisting XRP into the US. So you can see there are two big moves up and a loss today so far. QTUM. Okay, so QTUM, nice, very good. So we're looking at 4 days ago, $10.17, and it's all the way almost doubled, 17.32. Really good. Neo. Let's see how Neo's been doing. Neo. This one's moving oddly. 4 days of good moves. Price that's 50, around 50, 70. Now it's at 57. So just 10, 15%. We got here Algo, 8 positions there, but only a 50% winner. Algo at yeah, slight move up. And then lastly, we have Ethereum. Everything else, except for maybe one position, were losers. It's quite a bit because over, I'd say about half were losers. So there's Ethereum looking pretty good. Some nice highs there for Ethereum. Okay, so let's go to the bottom here. There are some winners here, but the bot didn't pick up a lot. So we'll go through those. Got any questions, let me know. All right, so actually 5 positions. OMG, this, I think, yeah, this one's a really good one. So this came from 675. That's almost, well, not quite double, but about 1069. Pretty good. There's this other one, Theta, which I used to like. I used to put as a top pick, but here it may start coming back after this pullback. And see that big bar there, that big wick. So there might be some momentum there to drive it back up. Another coin that I haven't seen for a while is called GTO. Let's check that one out. GTO. 2 days ago looked good. 2 days of losses though. Let's see, we got Litecoin. I think Litecoin is hitting its highs. It's a nice rally here as well. You can see, like, yeah, 4 days of rallies, and it looks like it's still moving on up. We are looking at 195 up to 239, so good 20%, pretty good, or 25% roughly. ZIL, not so strong. Yeah, so actually 3 days of losses. Cardano, not so strong either. Some of these coins, like GRT, Cardano, are listed on Cardano, so your performance is not going to be that great from what I'm seeing compared to Binance because of the coin selection. But here, 4 days ago, 4 days of rallies, closed at 118 to currently at $127, so that's okay. WRX, that was looking pretty good. So let's see what that one's looking like. USDT, yeah, 2 days ago, had 3 days ago, really good moves, and then 3 days of losses. This is the thing, you got to be very careful on these coins. Very, very random. Next one, VET. This one did pretty good. Very choppy, but it seems to be ready to take off. So if you look at here, April 4th, closing price around 8-9 cents. all the way up to 11.5. Nice run up there. Maker, this one doesn't really, this one used to excite me, not anymore. We'll see why in a minute. Maker. So you can see it's just really flat, going nowhere. FLM, this used to be a really good one. FLM. Okay. All right. Now, because things are starting to move up nicely, I'll show you the equity curve once we get through this. So this could be coming out of something big, a big move coming. These patterns are starting to repeat compared to other coins, something to take hold of, and it's already hitting its high. This is FLM, just so you know. Okay, Zcash, I've talked about XMR, I think. You know, there's talk about just crypto being tightened everywhere. So the private coins, XMR, Zcash, Zcoin, these could start doing well as things start to get regulated. Like, it's a very similar move for Zcash. I mean, this is big. So if you look at March 25th, 123, okay, 123, now it's at just at 200 2 days ago. 200, yeah, on the high there, $231. Wow. That could be a really good coin to have too. CRV is the last one. Oh, I got a question. I'll get that. Welcome, CRV. Hang on here. I'll get to that. This is the last coin anyway. So CRV, yeah, very flat. Okay, so hi Brian. This is K Young Blue. Hi Brian. Do you focus on momentum and most trading? Yes, that is correct. I hope to get into oscillating or mean reverting probably in a couple of months. But all the strategies I've built out now are all momentum based because there's enough momentum in the crypto space. Okay, one last thing I want to show is the equity curve, which is this one right here. And this is for the spot market. Now, just so you know, I've talked about this for the last couple of weeks. This has been taking a few losses, but this is the key point right here. I've put in a bunch of fixes now in the last few days. I mentioned them on my webinar on Monday night, which is part of my boot camp now, that service. But here you can see that I'm hoping that this will be the low point and it's going to be growing from here on out. So the two things I put in, it will set targets on the trading on the downside of a drawdown of max of 5%. That's why the bot shut down today. And also statistically, when you break it out over the last month, that I would say 15% was the typical return you got over the last month. Some days were 30%, some were 10%. So most of the time it was around 15%. So that's what I set as the day target. And I've talked about it in my webinar on Monday, how you adjust and adjust for market conditions as the regimes go back and forth. It's really hard to tell what regime we're in. And the reason I say that is because you have Bitcoin kind of topping out and it's ready based upon the patterns, but we're not seeing it. I think it's going to be other exogenous drivers. For instance, if I showed you the Yahoo chart here, the snapshot of what's trading, namely the futures market, the US, because it is early in the morning here at 1 o'clock, I believe. And it's very mixed, it's very subdued. When you're putting in $2 trillion into the market and the economy of the US, I'd expect that to be really strong. The very first day it was very strong, and since then it's been very subdued. So VIX is one you got to watch. I noticed that's starting to creep up at 18. This is the real problem right here, are the bonds, because you don't see them. This is the bond rate, but on the CFDs, you typically start to see the yields going up, but it's dropping on the CFD for the US Treasury, which means nobody's wanting it. I mean, they just did an auction last week, but it did sell. But the question is, who's the buyers? Like, usually the buyers for Treasury auctions are out of weird places like the Cayman Islands. Now, could that be some shady type of deal where the Fed's buying its own debt? Which, I don't know. But Asia's looking okay. It's up over 1%. Or sorry, Britain, Nikkei up 1/3%. And it looks like these two negative for both Bitcoin and crypto will have hopefully a positive day yet again. And if I was to show you something in Investopedia exchanges, I just noticed this crypto exchanges, but we want the best ones. This is what they said, and these are the ones I'm going to use. So some say that Binance is one of the worst exchanges out there. Okay, if that's the case, okay. This one here for the best overall, I think it's US. This is a joke. Coinbase is not a good exchange, but if people want to believe that, that's fine. Their Bitcoin, Coin Pro is really bad, but I'm hoping to at least give it a try for a couple of US and see if they can do anything with the futures bot, which I have to adjust and all that. So let's go back to the here is where I'm hoping that we hit a low point and it's just going to move up from there. So instead I put two major changes in. The first one, as I said, was the daily upside target and the drawdown max, which is 5%. Talked about that. The next code change that I made in this spot bot, because you see how many alternative coins were trading just today. On a down day when the bot was down, we were trading close to 60. So that's a lot of coins to trade. Out of that, you're going to get some losses. So if I was to show you yet again this condensed report, we have our win ratio here. Okay, so we want more of these. We want more winning. Actually, this is what we want to see. We want to see more coins that win more. We don't want the 50%. We don't really have a lot of control over these coins. Okay, so you're looking at 23 coins that took all these positions here that went negative. So if I'm able to control that, which I can now reduce the loss, the risk of loss. So if I'm able to do that, that should boost this equity curve and move it up from here on out. That's what I'm hoping, as long as there's good momentum in the market. So if that's the case, I'm hoping to keep this moving on up. Now, I do have a couple of customers trading live with money, and it's early stages for them. And I'm hoping to keep it to start to get some returns, and that momentum keeps marching on, moving forward. So if that's the case, we've got the third-party verification. I put my third party a few days ago, and it's down a little bit from today. But overall, I'm hoping to get that sorted out and get it back up. But majority of those trades are in Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's where a lot of the holdings are in. And obviously, it's been fairly negative for the last few days. Ethereum's doing okay. I don't hold any Ethereum actually, but Bitcoin, it's been not too good. I should move it back into Ethereum. That's what we trade in. So again, that's what I'm hoping to do, is to boost this a lot. So I'll try to do something on Bitcoin, the futures bot, which is mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum. There's the odd Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin for those coins. But as I said, the reason why it was negative from what I read on one article was due to the premium was too high for Bitcoin futures because the performance has been really crap. So people out there are greedy for the futures contracts for the premium, but there's no performance. So, you know, this is why you're getting losses in that. So hopefully that'll turn around, but definitely what I'm hoping to see is more volume move into Ethereum, is what you're seeing there. And then they'll make up for what you're not getting in Bitcoin. So with my gaze, hey, how are you doing, dude? Is there a profit target where you would also shut the bot off from the source as well? I thought about that. I was thinking about putting that in as a configuration. It could be done, but the problem is it's got to have a database. I mean, really, you could easily do that on your in your own code with the client script code, but you'd have to track all your positions and track your performance, and then track also your targets, either on your downside for the drawdown or for your daily target. Yeah, you could do it, but you'd have to code it up. You could either do it from within the Binance Performance API, or as I suggest for people to get cointracking.info, they do have an API as well. So you may be able to use that to measure day by day. For my side, I don't do it, but I do turn off the bot, and it does stop trading after a certain point. And a lot of people are relieved on that. Or you just looking to limit loss at 5% each day. That's correct. But as I said, depending upon the regime and where things go, and there's more momentum, let's say in Ethereum, then I'd boost the the drawdown pay stay the same, but I could probably boost the daily target. And if I know I'm going to only get performance out of Ethereum, I could just stop the bot from trading Bitcoin if it's going to perform like this. Okay, just flat. But if I know I'm going to get more profit from Ethereum, I can do that too. I can start doing that in the next few days. So there's different ways I can control in the signals what gives more profit. Now here for Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, even though that looks awesome, and Litecoin as well, understand what we're going over right now is in the spot market. So a lot of the alternative coins will get better performance in the spot. But when it comes to the futures market, if you were to slice and dice all the volume for the futures market, I would say 90% of it is going to go to either, without a doubt, mostly Bitcoin. And then the bulk of that, most of the rest would go to Ethereum. And you, like I said, if I showed you the spreadsheet, you might see one or two positions out of, let's say, 100, 200, that you may get a Litecoin position, you may get a Bitcoin Cash position. It's just the volume is in Bitcoin and Ethereum for the spot bot. So I'm gonna work on that and improve it. It has struggled since Friday. It was doing very well for about, I think, 10 days. It was doing like 0.5% a day, 1% a day. And Friday, Saturday, it starts to take losses. So I'll have to adjust for that. If there's any other questions, let me know. I'll probably do a CFD video because I think it's important that we have to talk about what's going on what I'm seeing with the US markets. A lot of people might not like that video, but no offense, I'm not here to make friends with Americans. We have to talk about what's really going on, and you're not going to hear it on Bloomberg or in the major media. So if there's no other questions, I'll leave it to that and go through the CFD Forex charts. Okay, so I'm gonna say bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Also, last thing, as I have a very low price at $9.97, I'll be changing things around for a couple of things. Is first, I'll be putting out some free courses for people. Part of that is to see if they have the technical chops and understand if they can work with the Windows server that I have as a snapshot that goes into your Vulture account. And if you can manage that, that's one thing. Another test will be to see if you can set up your API token keys with Binance. And if I move ahead with Coinbase, same thing with that. And then be able to run your own real money tests of orders to be pumped through the exchange. Then you're ready to come aboard with me, because lately I've been spending probably half my time helping people out, which is fine. I mean, I didn't see this, but I think for the new people coming in, it's going to be a test for them. Oh, Ralph asks, what is the BTC max price next 24 hours? Well, Motivate, the software I use. So if I was to break down Bitcoin, and let's say we do an hour chart. Okay. Or maybe I should do a 15-minute chart. That's a good question. So in here, as a study, I can kind of do this called Hurst cycles. So what this does, it will give you the next point here, the next point of when you should hit your. Well, it's not predicted. This study, this indicator will do that for you. It will measure historical and uses cycles to tell you when the next run up will be. So you can see it right here. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at precisely right here, April 5th at 4:15. So if you follow these cycles here, this is our next big run up here, is right here at April 7th. So will that move up as fast? So if I'm following one of these cycles, you can see here when I'm looking for the diamonds, like stacked diamonds around here, it only goes so far. But if there is a run up, it might be somewhere in this range here on April 9th, 5:30 a.m. Because you got you got five diamonds. Right here's another point, and here just roughly 4 a.m. April 9th. So that's not predicted, but if you were to use these Hurst cycles with some accuracy, it will tell you when potentially the next trough will be for the for a pullback. So what I'm saying is, if we have, let me just get rid of this indicator here. Okay. Okay, well, let me just ignore that. See, right now you got Bitcoin having these pullbacks. So it's predicting in around April 9th will be the next low point of the next pullback, and it should bounce back. So it's using those patterns. So right here, it's trying to predict roughly where that low point is. So if you use this one right here, we have here March 1st, we have another low point here, that pullback, March 22nd. So it's got some good data to work from. But the next pullback should be right about here. And it depends on your time frame. So if you're using daily, maybe here April 10th. So it's going to be April 9th or April 10th. It just depends upon the time frame you want to watch. But the next major bounce will be right here in July for it to really run up quite a bit. So that's what it's looking like, just around sometime in July, end of June. Makes sense? So that's what I like about MotiveWave. To get this type of indicator is very expensive. It's a top-end MotiveWave study. But just to give you an idea, for this kind of 5 diamonds, you're going to be looking in around here, just late June. I think the exact date's around June 29th. So just depends upon max price. If you want to predict it, probably, as I said, June, and it won't be the next 24 hours of the next pullback. You're probably looking at April 9th for the next 2 days. So hopefully I'll help you out. No problem, Rolf. Anybody else? Thanks for the likes, guys. I can do that with any instrument as well, any asset class. But everyone wants to know Bitcoin. But if I did the same thing for Ethereum, it'd be probably a different story. It's already up in its rally. It's already hitting its all-time high. I guess that's about it. So I'll do these CFDs next and hang out for that. And if you, as I said, if you are interested in what I do, just come over here to quantlabs.net and then grab your, I'll put it in the chat as well. Just grab your books for free and get on my email list. Thoughts on DXY? That's what I'm going to cover on my next video, Fahad. I'm going to cover that, so hang out for that. Excuse me. I don't like the looks of the US dollar. I'll say that. There is a low point with the US dollar. Only 59% of the world wants to hold US dollars. That's at the lowest point since early 70s. So that just goes to show you how bad things on the outlook and the guidance for the US is. But I'll cover that in the next video live. Any other questions? And as I said, I won't be running what I'm doing right now for very long, as I said, about my test for new people coming in. All right, I don't see any other questions. I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching.